What is going on, everyone? This is Sarah coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today we're going to do a different type of trade breakdown video as we look at the Brandin Cooks trade saga, which is an interesting one to say the least. So, this original trade occurred during the 2014 NFL Draft, and this saw the New Orleans Saints acquire the 20th overall selection from the Arizona Cardinals in exchange for the 27th and 91st. So, with the 20th selection, the New Orleans Saints would select wide receiver Brandin Cooks. And Cooks had an okay rookie year before really having a good second year, becoming the wide receiver 1 in New Orleans. And this saw him finish with a strong year, having over 1,000 yards. Now, he would have another 1,000-yard season in 2016 before, surprisingly, being traded. Before we follow Cooks, let me just get the Cardinals out of the way. So, the Cardinals would select with the 27th pick safety Deon Buchanan, and he had an okay rookie year before being moved to linebacker, where he had an elite 2015 season. He then had a pair of strong seasons in 2016 and 2017 before moving back to safety in 2018, and he had an off year in 2018. Then he just left the team. So a solid 3 years, one at linebacker, but not so good at safety. Now with the 91st pick, they would select wide receiver John Brown, and John Brown had a good rookie year before breaking out big time in 2015 and then having injury-prone seasons in 2016 and 17 before leaving the Cardinals. Now that the Cardinals are out of the way, let's go back to the Brandin Cooks trade part 2. So, the Saints would trade Brandin Cooks as well as a 2017 pick, the 118th pick, to the New England Patriots in exchange for the 32nd and 103rd. So with the 32nd pick, the Saints would select offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk. So Ryan Ramczyk, he's been a very good tackle in the NFL since his debut. Time will tell how good he can be, but he's looked very good. Trey Hendrickson was drafted with the 103rd selection, and Hendrickson has been a backup for his first 3 years before having a massive breakout in 2020, which of course is a contract year. So the Patriots, Brandin Cooks. So Cooks himself had another 1,000-yard season before being traded, but this season will always be remembered as a season where he got laid out in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. He just got nailed trying to do one of those runaround plays. Now, also of interest, the 2017 pick, 118th overall, would be forfeited because apparently the Patriots can control the weather. So, the Patriots trade Brandin Cooks as well as a 2018 pick, the 136th overall, to the LA Rams in exchange for the 23rd and 198th pick. So at this point, the Saints and the Cardinals are out of the picture, so we're not going to discuss any trades other than Brandin Cooks himself. So, with the 23rd pick, the Patriots would select offensive tackle Isaiah Wynn, he did tear his Achilles his rookie year, so he didn't play in 2018. He had an okay 2019 season, but he was dealing with a toe injury, and he's been pretty good, or he had a pretty good 2020 campaign. Now, the 198th pick would be traded. We're not going to discuss that. So the Rams, with Brandin Cooks, got themselves another strong 1,000-yard season in 2018, but come 2019, he really fell out of favor with the coaching staff. You could see it, and as the season went on, it became clear that he was going to be gone. So he gets traded, and he is traded to the Houston Texans, along with a 2022 fourth-round pick, in exchange for the 2020 second-round pick of Houston, 57th overall. With that pick, the Rams would select wide receiver Van Jefferson, and Van Jefferson started off the season as a depth receiver, but he has slowly been making his way up the charts, and depending on what happens this offseason, he very well might become the wide receiver 3 in LA, as Josh Reynolds is a free agent. So, now Houston, Brandin Cooks had an okay 2020 for him. Obviously, they wanted him to be the replacement of DeAndre Hopkins. Didn't work out. So, yeah. And, of course, that 2022 fourth-round pick has yet to happen. So, again, I know this was a little bit of a different type of trade breakdown. I called it the trade saga. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Brandin Cooks really shouldn't be traded as much as he is. Have a good rest of your day.